Let's go to Louisiana Republican Senator Bill Cassidy. He was with the president of Louisiana yesterday for the president's big speech, and you support him, Senator, on this trade approach with China. A lot of folks are getting nervous what's going to happen on June 1 when a lot of these tariffs on both sides of the planet kick in. Are you worried?
Of course, you'd rather not happen, but I am more worried what will happen if we do not strike a deal with China, because China has shown they are willing to break every rule in order to denude our economy of jobs, of intellectual property, of prosperity, and transfer it to China. So our economy is as strong as it's been in decades. Theirs is showing softness. Now's the time to be firm.
Do you think the president was looking at the markets and responding to the markets? This is Lighthizer arriving, by the way, in the Capitol to meet with Speaker Nancy Pelosi, by the way. But do you think that he was concerned, that is, the president with the market drop-off, and this was his way, that is, the auto tariff thing, delaying it for the Europeans and the Japanese, auto parts by extension, I guess, with China, because of that?
I think the president is trying to avoid inertia from setting into the system. And as long as there's a little bit of an uncertainty, a reward of firmness, then nobody settles into a pattern where you can't budge them from. Now, ideally, you don't have to go to tariffs, but with China, it appears as if you do. I think the president's just trying to negotiate the best deal he can get for the American people.
So he is not up the ante himself, as you know, Senator, by then including the remaining $25 billion worth of goods we get from China, and, you know, zooming the tariffs on those as well to 25%. Do you think that he's just holding that in his back pocket, depending on what China does or proposes in the next week or two?
Absolutely. The president, I was flying with him to Louisiana yesterday. He said more than once, we had a deal, 95% there, and then we go to China, to Beijing, just to finish up, and all of a sudden 5 things we agreed on have been crossed off. Little things like intellectual property protection, and everybody laughs. And so until we know we have a firm commitment from the Chinese, the president needs something in his back pocket, and he needs to convey a willingness to use it. I think he would use it.
You know what's interesting to me, Senator, you're so close to this, you know these issues inside and out, but most Americans do not know that when tariffs are implemented, they pay them, not governments. And do you owe your constituents a possible bracing moment where you tell them, look, if we don't make much progress here, come June 1, a lot of the goods you get at your Walmart or your Target are going to go up a lot. Maybe not the full 25%. Maybe some of those entities will absorb some of it, but certainly can't be all of it. Are they ready, Neil, for that?
There's a complexity there. The Chinese currency is weakening. That will actually tend to lower the prices somewhat. But that said, there has to be a discussion with the American people. But what was not held over the last 8 years, or 8 years before the Trump administration, is that China is taking our jobs. They are arbitraging regulations. Sure, we appealed to the World Trade Organization, but it takes so long to resolve. In the meantime, they've taken our jobs.
Well, the president says it's happened under Democrat and Republican presidents alike. Is that a fair criticism?
I will accept that, but the point is the conversation has to be held that if we do not do something now, we can expect that to happen, and a regime in China which is hostile to our values will eclipse ours. That's the discussion that also has to be had. When Americans hear that, I think they're ready for confrontation now.
All right, we shall see. Senator, thank you for taking the time.